Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to unlock some really intriguing insights from, well, all sorts of places.
And today, we're definitely going somewhere special.
Yeah, we're headed to the Mekong River. Beautiful, obviously, but also just steeped in myth and these ancient forces, specifically Phan Phisai district in Thailand.
It's one of those places where the mystical and the everyday aren't really separate. They just kind of flow together. The past feels very present there.
It really does. And this whole deep dive, it actually comes from one of our listeners, Mrs. Siu. She's got deep roots in this area.
Mhm.
And she sent us this amazing collection of sources, her own experiences, family stories, and some really profound questions about, the unseen world and how it touches her life.
So our mission today is to really dig into that. Look at the insights from her sources, explore the mysteries of the land she helped transform, this place called Buffalo Mountain, and these deep currents of karma running through her family.
Exactly. It's fascinating how her personal story opens up these much bigger spiritual ideas, isn't it?
It really is.
Mm.
You see how individual lives, family history, it's
Mhm.
all woven into these larger cosmic patterns.
So we'll journey from this piece of land that became an international Buddhist park.
A huge transformation.
Huge. And then we'll delve into these hidden worlds, masters, mythical beings, all while connecting it back to Mizayu, her family, their spiritual paths. We've got questions about ancient temples, long life, strange abilities.
Even how you might spot a Naga if one happened to be walking around in human form.
Right. So let's jump in. Let's start with the land itself, this international Buddhist park.
Go.
Mrs. Yu and her husband, they made this really significant choice with their family land. They sold it to Minister Somsak Sapsuthin's team and Watfred Dhammakaya.
Yeah, specifically to create this park, a religious tourism site.
And it wasn't just, a property deal. The sources make it clear this was a really deep desire to contribute to the Sasana, the Buddhist religion.
Absolutely. They apparently turned down other offers, much more lucrative ones. It was a genuine sacrifice, driven by this intention to support Buddhist teachings.
Yeah.
It really shows how powerful that kind of commitment can be.
It's incredible. And this land, it wasn't always some pristine spot ready for a park. The sources paint a picture of it being, like, seriously wild.
Oh yeah, dense jungle, tobacco trees. Apparently it was kind of foreboding. Nobody dared to clear it. The previous owners just left it.
Untouched.
Totally untamed, which makes Mrs. Yu's father-in-law's story even more striking.
Right. He sounds like quite the character. A man of courage, vision.
Definitely. He just went ahead, acquired this wild land, cleared it all himself, and turned it into a corn farm.
And apparently everything he planted just thrived there.
Mm-hmm. And he was a big figure in the community, too. Village headman for multiple terms, built roads for Nongkong South Village, a real pillar.
And lived to 96.
Remarkable longevity.
But then the story takes this amazing turn, doesn't it? This land, the park site. The sources say it has an even older history.
A much older history. We're talking about the first Buddhantara, the first eon of this entire cosmic cycle, this kappa.
Wow. So, like, unimaginably ancient.
Exactly. And back then, the land was totally different. Flat, no Mekong River cutting through it, easy to get to. And on this spot stood a branch temple.
Not just any temple, right?
No. Absolutely enormous. The sources say it dwarfed even the biggest temples we know today. Millions of people attended. Millions. Far more than current congregations. It gives you a sense of the ancient spiritual weight of this place.
And here's the connection. Mrs. Yu and her husband, they were apparently part of that ancient construction project.
Yes, along with many other locals from that time. They helped build that original branch temple.
So that past merit, even though it's considered tail-end merit now, play boon.
That's the karmic link.
Yep.
That's why Ms. Yu ended up owning a significant piece of this specific land, 25% in this lifetime. It's like the cycle coming back around.
Incredible. Okay, let's shift gears slightly. Across the Mekong, in Laos, there's this other place Mrs. Yu asked about, Kao Kwai,
Buffalo Mountain.
Buffalo Mountain. What's the story there? What makes it stand out?
Well, physically, it's shaped like buffalo horns.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
Yeah.
And inside, there's meant to be this large, beautiful cave.
And in the cave?
Actual buffalo horns. Huge ones. About 8 sock long, which is roughly 4 meters each.
Wow, okay, that's striking.
It is, but it's more than just a geological curiosity. It's a spiritual hotspot.
Right, the sources call it a sabaya, a good place for practice.
Exactly. Very conducive. Lots of caves, ideal for samana, ascetic practice. So many accomplished monks have lived there, often seniors guiding juniors. Plus, it's said to be watched over by these benevolent celestial beings, Dvaita the Samadithi type.
And Mrs. Yu's husband had a connection there too, didn't he? He revered a master monk, a Gejajarn.
Yes, he used to visit him there. And this Gejajarn, well, he sounds extraordinary. Skilled in insight meditation, vipassana, and also these incantations, Katha Arkum.
And he had some pretty unusual abilities.
According to the sources, yes.
Mm-hmm.
He could seem to disappear, understand bird language, perform astral projection, Dot Kai Thip.
Astral projection. Wow.
He even gave Mrs. Yu's husband an amulet for protection when he was a policeman dealing with communists. And this master monk also lived a long life, over 80.
So these abilities, disappearing, understanding birds, how do the sources explain what's actually going on there and what happened to him?
They go into some detail. It's explained as the result of his accumulated parami, his spiritual perfections, and his aspirations over many lives. The disappearing wasn't like, poof, gone.
Right.
It was a form of vicha, special knowledge. He gained a kind of lightness or mental power that, combined with katha, allowed him to, well, shorten distances, maybe appear to flash or skim hern, they call it, but not really fly or vanish.
Okay, so a mastery of mind and elements in a way.
Exactly. And after he passed away, he became a high-ranking Vidyadhara. That's a type of celestial being in the Jatumaharajika heaven. This suggests his mind was still quite connected to the power of his arkom, his incantations and practices.
So his practice directly shaped his rebirth. That's fascinating.
It's that karmic precision again. Choices, merits, attachments, they all sculpt the path.
Are there still monks like that in those caves today? Hiding away?
The sources strongly suggest yes. They still reside there, accomplished practitioners.
But how do they stay hidden? You mentioned caves.
They use vicha, like elemental barriers. They can make a cave entrance look like solid rock.
Seriously.
So it's only visible to others who have similar arkom, or maybe people who share a strong karmic connection from the past, or if the monks themselves actually will it to be seen.
That's incredible. And what are they doing there? What's the goal for them?
It varies. Some might still be drawn to developing iti, those supernormal powers. Others, because their meditation practice, their jhana and past parami, grant them very long lives, they might be waiting.
Waiting for what?
For the next Buddha, Metteyya. Or perhaps they're using that time to cultivate the path towards higher realms, like becoming Vidyadhara themselves, or even aiming for the Brahmaloka realms.
Amazing. Okay, from hidden monks, let's talk about Nagas. Thon Fizai is famous for the Naga fireballs.
Absolutely, a strong local belief, and many villagers report seeing them. Especially, it seems, when the Mekong's water level is high. More fireballs, then.
Interesting correlation. But Mrs. Yu's husband observed something else strange as a kid involving fish traps.
Ah, yes, the bamboo fish traps. He noticed sometimes these unusual air bubbles would come up from the water.
And then?
And then the traps would just have these big holes ripped in them, all the fish gone.
Huh. So what was going on there? Any explanation?
Well, the local belief, which the sources support, points straight to the Nagas. Or possibly their attendants, their Bori-worn.
Attendants.
Yeah, powerful water serpents, but ones that can't take human form. Basically, they're protecting their territory, letting the fish go. It's like a little glimpse of their influence.
Wow. Okay, so that leads to the big question. Do Nagas still actually transform into humans along the Mekong now? Is that something that happens?
According to these sources, yes, they still do. But it's rare.
Rare. Okay.
And only for specific reasons, like needing to make merit, maybe helping cast a Buddha statue or something similar. Or sometimes, apparently, just for a change of scene from their own realm, the Badal, the underworld.
Just fancying a stroll among humans?
Sort of, yeah. But it's purposeful, not casual tourism.
All right, so if it does happen and you happen to encounter one, how would you know? Are there giveaways?
This is where it gets really interesting. The sources offer some clues. Apparently their eyes don't blink.
Don't blink at all.
That's what it says. And their gaze can be quite fierce, maybe a bit snake-like. They also tend to avoid looking you straight in the eye and might speak quickly.
Okay. Anything else?
Yes, their skin. No matter the complexion, it's said to have a subtle quality.
Yeah.
Like slightly slippery or unusually smooth. Just a bit different from normal human skin.
Slippery skin and unblinking eyes. Got it. Good tips.
Yeah. And how long they can stay human? That depends on their individual merit. It's like a battery. Needs recharging back in their own realm.
Fascinating details. Now, what about Garudas? The big bird-like beings, enemies of the Nagas, are they hanging around the Mekong too?
Good question. The sources actually clarify this. There aren't actual Garudas or Krut living in or around the Mekong itself.
Oh.
Instead, there are certain air devata, celestial beings, who can take the form of Garudas. But their homes, their abodes, are way up high, like 1 yojana, which is about 16 kilometers above the ground.
So they're not local neighbors.
Not at all. And these
Uh-uh.
celestial Garudas, they don't just pick fights with any random Naga. They only interact with Nagas where there's a specific pre-existing karmic enmity between them. It's not arbitrary. It's based on past conflicts.
Everything comes back to karma, doesn't it?
It really seems to. Which brings us back to Mrs. Yu's family and her questions about her parents and in-laws in the afterlife.
Right. What did the sources reveal about their current states? Let's start with her own parents.
Okay. Her father, because he had a sudden early death, initially was in a lower state of Fumadeva, an earth deity. But, importantly, merit transferred by the family helped improve his condition. He's now serving a higher-ranking devata. The advice given was to keep dedicating merit to him.
So the merit transfer really works.
Clearly. And her mother is doing well. She's a devata in Tabatimsa heaven. Specifically, the sources mention Phase 3 of Davadumsa, which sounds like a location further out in that celestial city. She has a golden mansion, and her state was also boosted by merit transfer.
That's wonderful news for them. And her husband's parents, the ones who originally owned the parkland.
Her father-in-law, the pioneer who cleared the land. He's now a high-ranking Vijahara in Jatumaharajika heaven. Again, his condition improved with dedicated merit. But interestingly, his heart is still connected to his archon practice from his human life.
Still drawn to those skills.
Seems so. And her mother-in-law is also a devata in Tavatimsa heaven like Mizehu's mother, but in Phase 2 of Davadungsa, described as closer into the city. She also has a golden mansion, condition improved by merit.
It's amazing how specific these descriptions are. Different levels, different locations within the heavens.
It shows the nuance. Karma isn't just good or bad, it's incredibly detailed. The circumstances of life and death, the type of merit, attachments, it all paints a very specific picture in the afterlife.
Yeah.
Again, that consistent theme, merit transfer, helps.
Which leads to a really important point you mentioned earlier. Does the merit from establishing the Buddhist park automatically reach these parents?
No, and this is critical. The sources emphasize this. All 4 parents, including the in-laws who own the land, will only benefit from the merit generated by the park if Mrs. Yu and her husband intentionally dedicate it to them.
So it requires conscious action. You can't just assume they get it.
Exactly. It highlights the power and necessity of mindful spiritual practice of directing your intention when you make merit. It's not automatic.
That's a really crucial takeaway. Now, thinking about the father-in-law, again, his long life, 96 years, and that ability he had to calm crying babies with Arkham, what was behind those blessings?
His longevity came from good deeds, past and present. Specifically, donating medicine, helping the sick acts related to preserving life,
Makes sense.
and the baby calming Arkham. It wasn't just some magical trick. It worked because he had strong meditative concentration, samadhi, combined with a really powerful, loving intention, metta wanting to ease the baby's suffering. It was that blend of mental focus and pure compassion.
That's beautiful. And Mizzy herself, she was clearly very close to her in-laws, received inheritance. Was that just personality, or is there a deeper connection?
Deeper connection, according to the sources. There was a history of kindness and support between them in previous lives.
Okay.
Her lovely behavior in this life was building on already positive karmic foundations and the inheritance she received. That ties back to her own past generosity, or Dina Parami. Specifically, donating land for spiritual uses before even small things, apparently, like contributing land for a temple parking lot.
So past giving leads to present receiving.
It's a direct reflection. Small seeds can grow into significant results over time.
And her connection with her husband sounds like it goes way back, too.
Oh, definitely. The sources describe them as deep merit partners, even soulmates. They've been together across many, many Buddhantaras, countless eons. They were even husband and wife, way back in the first Buddhantara of this current cosmic cycle.
Wow. That's a long time.
It is. And apparently in their head of merit lifetimes, when their good karma was peaking, they were incredibly prosperous. This current life is described as experiencing tail-end merit play boon again.
Meaning
Meaning the momentum from past mega merit is still there, but it requires more active effort, more diligence in making new merit now to maintain spiritual progress and well-being. It's not coasting anymore.
Got it. A reminder to keep cultivating. And her husband's current job as the SAO mayor, does that connect back to?
Yes, that also links back to the tail-end merit from his leadership role when they built that ancient branch temple in the first Buddhantara. Past leadership roles can manifest as similar opportunities later on.
The patterns just keep repeating. Now, there was this really intriguing part about a key coordinator involved in the park project, heavily implied to be Mrs. Ao herself.
Ah, yes, this is a fascinating karmic twist.
What was her story back in that first ancient eon?
Get this. Back then, this individual was actually a man, a high-ranking cenobite, like a minister, overseeing a large area.
A male minister.
Yes, and he was heavily involved in supplying provisions for the temple construction part of the Kong Sabiang, a real leader in doing good deeds, which explains the leadership qualities and good reputation now.
Okay, so far so good. But you said a twist.
Right, because in later eons, later Buddhantaras, this same individual, still male, then became very handsome, very wealthy, and apparently quite promiscuous. This created a significant karmic shift. He served as a high-ranking official in Amart under 2 different kings, had great status. But his attachment to his looks, wealth, and pleasures meant he chose not to ordain as a monk despite opportunities.
Distracted by worldly success.
Exactly. And that combination of past merit, plus the later karma related to attachment and sensuality, led to the rebirth in this current life as a woman.
Wow. That is quite a journey across lifetimes. Male minister to female coordinator, with that whole middle section.
It's a really vivid illustration of how karma works, how choices, attachments, and actions, even after accumulating great merit, can profoundly change the direction of future rebirths, including gender.
Truly incredible. Okay, one last point on the park. People planted pine trees at the inauguration. What kind of merit comes from that specific act?
The sources list quite a few benefits. Planting those pines is said to lead to future land ownership, lasting happiness, and prosperity. It also helps secure the 3 treasures: wealth in the human realm, the celestial realms, and ultimately the wealth of Nibbana.
That's comprehensive.
Yeah, and it also mentions future good looks, great wealth, and virtuous qualities, all supporting the path towards attaining the Dharma, towards enlightenment. So a simple act, but with potentially profound long-term positive consequences.
What an incredible deep dive this has been. We've gone from, the soil of this Buddhist park in Thailand,
All the way back to ancient eons.
explored hidden mountain caves, delved into karma, Nagas, celestial beings. It's just amazing seeing how Mizio's personal questions and family story connect to these huge cosmic narratives.
It really highlights how interconnected everything is.
Yeah.
Past actions, even from lives lived countless ages ago, are still subtly shaping the present, shaping destiny in such precise ways.
Yeah, that precision is really striking.
It's a powerful reminder of the continuity of existence, that intricate web of cause and effect. Nothing really happens in a vacuum, does it? Every intention, every action sends out ripples.
And for you listening, what Ms. Yu shared really shows the power we all have, the power of intention, of compassion, of dedicating ourselves to spiritual growth.
The merit we make today, whether it's a big gesture like helping establish a park, or just small, everyday acts of kindness.
It's not just for us, is it? It can genuinely help our loved ones, both here and in other realms, impact our communities, and actually steer our own path across lifetimes.
Which really brings it back to us, doesn't it? How are the choices we're making right now shaping our own karmic landscape for the future?
So here's something to think about. What if every place, every piece of land, every river, every mountain around you holds these echoes? Echoes of ancient events, unseen beings, layers of history and karma.
And if we start to perceive that, maybe we gain a deeper appreciation for how sacred our world actually is.
Exactly. And maybe we see the potential within ourselves to contribute something meaningful, something profound, just like Miss Sao and her family did. So the question for you is, what's your next act of merit going to be? How might that ripple outwards and connect you to a greater purpose?
Keep building those positive qualities, those paramis. Keep aspiring towards wisdom and true happiness.